On Monday, most of the world looked on in horror as Donald Trump basically bowed down to Russian President Vladimir Putin and actually took his side over the side of U.S. intelligence agencies, Senate reports, House committee reports, basically the side of Putin over the United States. But those of us who've been watching Donald Trump's presidency and reporting on it every single day since the man was elected fully expected that to happen. The people who didn't expect that to happen were the people on Fox News. Take a look at their immediate reaction following that interaction between Trump and Putin. Here it is.
When it ended, it's up 5. Our time is up, but there's a lot more on this from Neil Cavuto. Sir, it's yours.
This has got to be the most incredible thing I've ever witnessed. You talk about Vladimir Putin now saying, I've got an idea, comrade. We'll exchange information from each side's accused hackers. We'll exchange information. So sort of like, the fireman after who caused the fire saying, I'm going to help you look into the fire. Wow.
It was not a very forceful presentation from President Trump with Putin standing right next to him.
I don't know.
Not forceful at all.
I'll give the benefit of the doubt to maybe jet lag and time differences, but holy tamale. All right.
It really takes a lot to stun a Fox News host into absolute silence or just stammering incomprehensible words, but Trump managed to do it with his meeting there with Putin. Neil Cavuto could not figure out what to say. Maybe it's jet lag, I don't know. To his credit, though, Cavuto did come back later on in the day, and he kind of attacked Donald Trump as a very weak, very timid. He let Vladimir Putin run circles around him. So it is nice that he finally gathered the words and the courage to say, yeah, the president really screwed up. And Cavuto and Stuart Varney aren't alone. Tuesday morning, the folks at Fox and Friends also very timidly said, well, the president needs to come out and clarify those statements and, basically take them back and say something better instead. Of all the hosts on Fox News, the only two that really didn't go after the president were the two obvious ones, Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson. Everybody else there seemed to understand what was happening and why it is such a danger to the United States of America. But Hannity and Tucker didn't want to criticize the president because they were the two people who got exclusive interviews with Donald Trump after everything was over, and they didn't want to jeopardize that. But everybody else, from the viewers to the hosts to our elected officials of both parties, to people on both sides of the aisle throughout this country, they understood what just happened there. Calls for Trump's impeachment have reached a fever pitch in the last 24 hours alone because of his performance at that summit, trashing the United States and instead siding with the word of Vladimir Putin.